Alright, hey guys, welcome back to All the Above. It's me at it again with Strad. This time I've gotten the vault done, so we're headed off to our next mission, which is going to be Mine Enemy. So,
Starfleet intelligence has decoded the list of Freeman targets that you recovered from the vault. I need you to investigate one of these locations and determine why Obisek and his forces planned an attack there. The Vahar system is still technically part of the Romulan Star Empire, but Ferengi speculators have moved in, and the Empress has done nothing to remove them. The Ferengi have reopened the mines, and are now doing business with anyone with Latinum. You will go to the Vahar system under the pretense of negotiating a possible trade agreement with the Federation. Talk to Madron, the operator of the mines. Convince him to allow you access. Find out all you can. Once we know why Obisek and the Remans are targeting these mines, then we will be able to decide how to proceed.
alright, so you get a Horta hatchling, which is actually pretty cool for like pet collectors out there. They do have combat ready pets, which is a better thing to get. Just keep an eye out. Looks like we're only getting cannons and phaser turrets here, but we can probably make use of the weave armor.
I have new missions for you.
Alright, let's get going there. Eventually, I gotta do some updating and like level up my gear because I'm already level 16. I'm approaching 20 fast. Alright, let's get going. Alright, so it doesn't look like this part is voiced over, but if you want to pause it, take a minute to read it, go ahead. I'm just going to skip on and go ahead.
You've stuck your nose in our business for the last time, Starfleet. All ships, attack! Attack!
There we go. Oh, I'm scanning the particles. So don't need to really do that unless you really want to collect on these. It's kind of a good idea to do it, especially if you're into the R&D business. Um, for me, I'm not really going to get into that too much, unfortunately. All right, let's see if we have any upgrades here. I forgot to do that while we were out. Yeah, warp core we got last time. Those shields will help a lot. I know I got a plasma turret, but I really don't need it. I mean, plasma torpedo. My bad. Um, yeah, make use of that. I don't have... Well, I do have cannons, so... This doubles up with the phaser. So if you have... Alright, so this guy is phaser specific. So any weapon you have that shoots phaser as their damage type will be boosted up. So we don't really need that pre-fire chamber. So we'll skip on that. Alright, sorry for keeping you guys up. I'm just checking to make sure that all of my items are up to par because it matters. It matters a lot. I also got to check my ground. But I'll do that in a minute.
This
This moon is private property. No solicitors, beggars, or Starfleet allowed.
All right. So it kind of doesn't really matter which moons you do in which order. It's always going to be the last moon. As far as I could tell, I've done it at least 3 or 4 times so far. So actually, it better be a good time to check that out too. All right, we don't have.
Hello, my good friends. I'm so happy to meet you. Perhaps you are in the market for some high-quality magnesite, hmm? We have the finest ore in the quadrant. On behalf of the miners and residents here, I'm more than happy to welcome you to our home. Please transport to the surface. Unfortunately, the large amounts of extremely pure magnesite ore in the core of our little world will interfere with your sensors. For safety reasons, I must insist that you use the transporter signal enhancers that I have installed at my own expense. Also, I know you Starfleet types are so fond of your away teams, but could you please restrict the number of crew you bring down to the surface? My people here aren't used to strangers, and you wouldn't want to disrupt their work, would you?
So Madron's kind of a conniving little freak of nature. Let's see here. I'm gonna take Travell with me. Science and tactical would be nice right now, since she has the hyperonic radiation. Yeah, too. So that'll help a little bit. Take out some enemies. Tricorder scan definitely. Tachyon harmonics. It's okay if you want to knock people down, but mostly for the heals and the debuffs that you can get. All right, let's get to Madron. Oh, and check our gear first. So it doesn't look like we have anything particularly useful right now. You can get tech upgrades, which are in the store, or actually get them in exchange. But there are other ways to get tech upgrades, and I'll show you in a minute. Let's get this mission out of the way, and then I'll get to that in a second. But basically, all it involves dilithium and a dilithium in exchange. Dilithium exchange. There we go. Just be careful not to use all your dilithium when doing that. But I'll explain in a minute.
On behalf of everyone on this forsaken rock, let me be the first to welcome you to Hathara. As you can see, we don't have time for pleasantries. And I'm not sharing my Tranya stash with you. So, why don't we skip the chit-chat and get down to business?
Of course. I've heard. Nope. I heard you are an excellent source of magnesite. What makes your mine better than others in this sector?
Unfortunately, I cannot call this mine my own. I'm just a middleman. Out of the goodness of my heart, I help the residents here pass on the products of their hard work to commercial entities such as yourself. The minuscule transaction fee and trade tariff I keep to offset my expenses is figured into the unit cost of the ore. My operation has become one of the best in the area because of the high demand for my services from both sides. I provide the best mining equipment and supplies in the sector to the miners, while my customers get competitive pricing on the ore they need.
Do you have any more information about the mine themselves?
I don't pay much attention to that. Miners have empty carts and they return with ones filled with ore. If you're If you're that interested, you could visit the mines themselves, but I don't recommend it. It's such a dirty, disagreeable business. And I'm convinced that breathing ore dust for too long is terrible for you. The miners who live near my quarters used to keep me up night after night with their dreadful coughing. I had to install soundproofing just to get some sleep. Are you sure you wouldn't rather have... Are you sure you wouldn't rather look at the ore I have for sale?
Thanks, but I'd like to talk to the miners first.
Really? Suit yourself. Just remember, I have an exclusive contract to export magnesite ore from this moon. If you try to cut me out of your deals, you'll regret it.
I just have a few questions before I conduct any business. I'll be back when I'm done. Yeah, I kind of skipped through that, my bad. Alright, let's check out the mine. So yeah, Madrin is a conniving little freak that gets a hold of anything that's considered profitable.
I'm sorry. I really can't talk at the moment. I have to finish a survey of the area so the miners can start work on a new mine shaft.
Is there anything I could do to help?
As much as I'd appreciate someone else to lug around this heavy equipment, it's all very delicate, and I'd only trust a capable scientist to help me.
If I encounter someone who can help, I'll send them your way. Alright, so we gotta find... Alright, so if you're a tactical engineer or science officer, it depends on who you can talk to. But I feel like this is the one for tactical.
I can't talk to you. I can't talk to anyone. I'm on the run. And if those thugs see me talking to you, then you'll be in danger too.
Is there anything I can do to help?
I need someone who's not afraid of a fight. There's a group here that's beating and stealing from us. Madrin doesn't do anything to stop it. For all I know, he's getting a cut of everything they take. They're making life miserable for all of us. Would you be willing to help?
Count me in.
There's a group of bullies that have been stealing from us. If we don't give them what they want, they beat us. I had a friend. All he was trying to do here was feed his family. Be a good man. He had an old bottle of ale. He said it was from the home world. One of those thugs wanted it. Now, my friend is dead. I'm too weak to stop them, I know that. And now I have my friend's children to feed in addition to my own. But if someone were to teach them a lesson, this camp would be a better place for all of us.
Alright, so yeah, science, you take care of equipment and set it up properly. Tactical, you go after a couple of thugs and take them out. And engineering, if I recall right, you do a survey of the land to figure out a good mining spot. Or it was fix a broken machine. I can't remember which, though. Oh yeah, you just follow the area, and now that I moved the map, my face out of the way, you can actually see the map this time. I'm sorry about that, guys. I didn't realize that was happening. But yeah, just keep on heading over here towards the circle as close as you can get, and take them out. Oh crap. Alright, so you're gonna definitely run into a couple of dead ends from here and there. Excuse me, I still have that cough. It's really nasty. Can I go through here? Aha! Alright. Yeah, I think those are the guys you talk to for engineering. Alright, once you got that all settled up, you can head back to the guy that sent you the mission and square him up so that he knows he's safe for now.
Thank you. Those guys have been giving everyone a lot of trouble. These thugs are part of a larger group that operates deep inside the magnesite mine. They control the lower levels, and no one who goes down there uninvited ever comes back. I don't know what's so important down there that's worth hurting us to protect it. Maybe if you went down there, you could get some answers.
So we definitely have a side... What was it? There's definitely something going on, and we're doing our best to investigate it. So we gotta talk to Mandarin, whatever you want to call him. The Ferengi. Mandarin.
You want to go in the mine? Are you really interested in buying any magnesite? Or are you just here to cause trouble? Because if it's the latter, I know someplace you can start a little ruckus. There's a gang that controls the bottom levels of the mine. They won't even let me in there. Previously, I allowed them to keep their little kingdom in exchange for information. But lately, they've been more trouble than they're worth. And the intel they're feeding me is useless. Honestly, who doesn't know about the green invasion of the fairy space?
I'll take that information to heart. You can't... Dude... Alright, so... When I was watching the series, I actually kind of... really disliked the Ferengi, or made fun of them, because I always thought they had like a butt-shaped head. But after a while watching DS9, you kind of fall in love with like at least 3 of them. And... I don't know. Ever since then, I kind of like and hate them at the same time. It's kind of a weird relationship.
What do you want? This area is restricted. Only people my friends and I like may enter. And I don't like you! You don't belong here. And I'm done talking with you. Leave now!
Sorry for not reading those.
Consequences.
It'd be a pleasure wasting my time with you. Alright. And just like that, he was gone. Alright, so from here on out, you kind of have to blast your way through. It's sort of unfortunate, but, you know. When dealing with Romulan treachery, it's kind of a given at this point. Ah, crap. And now I roll again. Okay. Make sure to keep some hypo sprays with you, by the way. You might need them. It's just good to have heals on hand. Especially when you don't really have much to heal with. Alright, so it looks like we gotta figure out how to step on those pads. I'll show you how to do that here in a second. But basically what you do is you set up your officer. Oh, or roll off it, that works too. And then you hit this button right here. and try to line it up as best you can. Yeah, I think that'll work. There we go. I forgot how to clear it, though. Alright, there we go. Figuring it out, kinda. Just click until she follows you again. It's kind of unclear, and I kind of hate that about that. It's very... You gotta figure it out.
You are out of line.
With all due respect, sir, there is a difference between protecting the Empire from her enemies and provoking
There
them.
is much here you do not understand, Janek. The Remans need to know their place. As do you. I will not forget your insubordination, Commander. The Tal Shiar has no place for officers who cannot follow orders. I'll be in the command center.
Colonel, they were civilians. Their blood is on our hands.
Get used to it. There will be more. Speaking of which, why don't you clean out the brig before you become a resident there?
Yeah, that's definitely the worst case scenario with Tal Shiar. Hi guys, how's it going? You're under arrest. Or you can just die, and that works too. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and clear the area. There we go. Got this all cleared out. And the sound is kind of weird over here. They didn't fix that yet. Alright. So this is where you find the Horda right here. Alright, and once we saved the Horda, we can head out and clear out the rest of the area. There is additional information that you can gather. I like right here. As far as I can tell, you don't necessarily need to. Alright, so we have to head this way. Alright.
I almost feel sorry for you, but I have my own neck to worry about. I'll be joining you in there soon enough. If Hakeeb has his way, we all will.
So from here you can actually unlock the prisoners. And they will help you. as far as I can tell.
Enough! I surrender. I value my life more than the Tal Shiar's secrets. I'll tell you anything you want to know. But first, you must tell me why you are here and what you want.
Why does the Riemann Resistance want to destroy this base?
The Remans know about this base? Impossible! Only the leadership of the Tal Shiar know we're here. The Empress herself couldn't find us. I don't believe you, but it makes no difference. This is not a military installation. We listen and record here. Nothing more. There are many targets that those Riemann scum would find much more tempting.
Alright, so I don't really know how to get the second option. I think you actually have to go back and read all those consoles. But, well,
Are
enough of the
you sure
lies.
you want to end things like this?
Because you can get her to help you. It kind of sucks that you have to kill her that way, but it's kind of the route I went, so not bad. Alright, so for you guys, it would probably be a different experience depending on what officer you know, what, if I can talk. So, whether or not you choose tactical science or engineering.
How did you find this place? What else do you know? No matter. You won't be revealing anything to your superiors. It's disappointing I cannot give you a proper interrogation. But I have much to do and little time. The self-destruct sequence has begun. This base will be your tomb.
Alright, so now we just gotta get the hell out of here. Alright. Actually, I gotta download the Telshire stuff first. There we go. And now we can escape from the mines. So if I had a chance to do this mission again, I'd probably make sure to go slow and actually read the consoles and gather up enough information as possible to see if I can select that other option. But other than that, this is pretty much it. That's all you have to do for the most part.
My mine! What have you done to my mine?
There was an infestation of Talshir spies in there. I just fumigated.
Tal Shiar? I'm shocked. I had no idea. I certainly wouldn't have sent you down there if you... Say, you didn't happen to find anything valuable down there, did you? Because if you did, remember, I have an exclusive contract.
Stop with the lies, Madron. I know you knew who and what was down there.
And what's it to you? This is a rough area of the quadrant, you know, and they're good neighbors. If you're not easily embarrassed. Their cameras and listening devices are everywhere. I haven't had a single problem with Orions or Herodians since they moved in. And it doesn't hurt that I acquired the odd bit of information here and there. I'm a businessman, and information is big business.
Do you know anything about what they recently discovered?
Unfortunately, no. I'll admit, I was trying to find out, but their systems were locked down tight. I'm sure whatever it was had to be big news. Everyone was on edge. Janik and Hakiv were barely speaking, and I once heard Hakiv mumbling something about orders. Someone's been pulling his strings, but I don't know who. I do know that Tal Shiar takes security very seriously. If you manage to pull any files from their system, you can expect them to be heavily encoded. Trust me on that. I speak from experience. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go talk 100 Romulans into digging a new mine to replace the one you destroyed. My profit margin for this month is ruined.
Treat those miners well, Madron, or I'll come back. Alright, so I think what we have to do is actually go inside the ship to decipher decipher the code. So what you do is hit here, go to your ship. Oh, wait. Wait, was I right? No. No, I tried to forget. Tried to remember. Let's see here. There we go. If you hit the arrow up here, right here, you can visit Starship Bridge. My Starship Bridge isn't too much special. And then you head to your ready room, which should be... let's see here. If I recall right. It's right here, yeah. Or not. Okay. It's engineering. Why can't I go into the conference room? Or the captain's ready room? That's weird. Alright. Access account bank. Library files. There we go. So yeah, if you find the library files, it's going to take a little bit depending on what kind of bridge you have and what ship you are in. So once you click on the library, access library files, will bring you up to this, and you just hit decipher Tal Shiar files. And then you just click on them until it changes green. So you have to do it for each one of those files, by the way. go. So it does take a little bit of button clicking, but once you get it down, you'll figure it out as soon as...
The Tal Shiar records you recovered show that Hakiv and his forces have been targeting the Remans for months. Obasek and his followers have been driven from their homes, had their ships destroyed, and their loved ones killed or imprisoned. Some might say that Obasek's campaign against the Tal Shiar is just. However, Obasek was planning on using Thaleron weapons in the Fahar system, which would have killed hundreds of innocent civilians as well as the Tal Shiar cell there. This is the problem with revenge. Violence and fury only create more pain and suffering.
Yeah, truer words couldn't have been spoken, but I do want that turret, by the way.
I have...
Congratulations, Lieutenant Commander.
Alright, now that we're level 18, we just got 2 more points to dish out. I'm going to... I'm going to start getting into maybe control expertise or impulse or electroplasma flow. Let's see here. I'm not sure, because I really want to unlock Commander. And I don't want to dip too much into hull capacity, because I don't really need it. Hang on, do we have any retrain? Yeah, we have 5 retrain tokens, so let's go with control expertise for now. And drain expertise. Why not? Still haven't unlocked that? Really? I think you actually have to go full down on tactical here. But do it as you will. Try and find some like better examples of space tokens and yeah. God. All right, if you can find a guide on skill trees, go for it, because I'm not your best bet right now. I'm just messing around trying to figure out what works still. So with that said, just kind of do this on your own accord and figure out what best works for you. All right, so we didn't get any ground tokens this time yet, but all right, so nothing here just yet. I am going to go ahead and slap that turret on in the back. And upgrade my shields and armor. Still didn't get a better weapon yet. Dang it. We need desperately to upgrade this. Alright, so alright, so with all that said, I am running out of time. I will see you guys in the next video. Alright, peace.